How's it going, guys? I know it's been a minute. We had some stuff going on, but we're back at it. What we've done is we've picked up this here at Summit Racing, which is Hptuners. I did actually take this out of the box already because I had to register it on the website. You know, it's pretty basic. It does come with a cable. You want to pull that out of there? Let's show them what all is in that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So what you have right here is, this is their mpvi2, which is their most recent one they've come out with. This will allow us to tune the car. Why is this thing not focusing? Okay. Anyways, so we have this and a cable. We have a little netbook that we're gonna use, and that's just for like saving tunes and stuff on. And then, as you guys seen the other day, we did have a CV axle boot rip from the burnout, so we have another one that we're gonna put on with this funnel, which will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, how-to video.
Yeah. So we've got this hooked up, and we're gonna attempt to go ahead and sync this thing.
Cool. Let's open the other thing. Connect.
Okay, hold on. So once again, we're getting an error message, unable to detect the vehicle diagnostics protocol. So we had this issue before. The AM cluster that I have is a CD5 that's hooked up to this thing, and it plugs up to the OBD port or tuning port. And so when we were at Jack's, we had to disconnect the gauge cluster to hook up the Hptuners to tune on it. Even though it's a pass-through style design, I'd show you, but it's kind of like really deep underneath the dash, and it's kind of hard to get to. So I'm gonna have to undo the gauge cluster so I can hook up the Hptuners directly to the OBD port. Even though there's a pass-through, for some reason it just doesn't like it. They don't mesh well together. So we're gonna do that now and then try again. Okay, so we have it hooked up again.
It's connected.
It bypassed and then it did connect, as you guys can see here. But look at it, says connected. Why over and over. Huh, interesting.
Why is it connected?
Yeah. So now what we're going to do is, now that we're connected, we're actually going to bring up, actually this is the scanner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do a scan.
All right, we're at 0 RPMs.
Press the gas pedal, see if anything changes. Nothing?
Yeah, right here, see we're at 8.2.
Okay, what's it?
It goes up to
91.4, so we're not actually hitting 100% on the throttle, which is what we thought was happening because it's showing 8.2. Which this is one of the things that I've noticed. So this is where we need to do the pedal relearn. We were trying to do the pedal relearn with the YTech 2.0 that my buddy Tony brought over. It wouldn't work, it wouldn't connect properly. I think, you know, we should be able to correct this issue. I hope we can do a pedal learn with the Hptuners. I'm not sure, but hopefully we can get that back. So we haven't even been getting 100% throttle. We've been getting 91.4. We're gonna keep on with this and keep messing with it and see what we get. So Mike has found a throttle relearn option on here.
Control and special functions, under engine, special functions and throttle relearn.
All right.
Engine should not be running.
Which it's not.
Okay.
Unable to initialize function. Lovely. Turn ignition to on position, engine should not be running. Are we already in the on position? So we could have been an accessory before. So now we'll go back to on. Now click OK. Hold the throttle pedal all the way down. Hold throttle pedal all the way down and then press OK. Are you all the way down?
Yep.
Release throttle pedal all the way, then press OK. Okay, now let's go back to the screen. X out of this. Oh, it's finished. Oh, okay, now it's an ETC.
Nice.
All right, so let's check it and see if it's actually going to give us the 0 to 100%.
That's the cycle of the ignition. All right. So we are at
It's still showing 8.2 and 91.4.
Let's see.
So it did not update. Now we're bringing up the VCM editor, and we're trying to get it to read vehicle, and it's saying interface not found or not responding. We closed both programs, and then after we closed both programs, then we opened it back up and clicked read, and then it asked us to enter a VIN or to click cancel to continue anyway. So we did do that, and it did detect a GPEC2A 2015 plus Dodge, shows the OS and the amount of time that it's got left for it to do. So the GPEC2A is what me and Jack did choose whenever we were down there when we were using his HP tuner. He has a different model of HP tuners. The mpvi2 is the newest one that they just come out with. That's the one that we picked up. It's just what they're moving to. It's still the same stuff. You can do most of the same things with them. Regardless, you know, I just want to mention that this is the exact same one that we chose when we were there. So as of right this moment, I do not know if we're going to continue to get the controller initialization fail or not. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna change the perimeter on the cooling fans for whenever they turn on, and we'll try and write to it just by making a small change like that, see if it does allow us to write to it. And if so, then we will be able to take the car to go get it tuned, which ideally I would like to take the car to get it tuned tomorrow, but all of it depends on this. So right now we're just gonna wait for a little bit. Okay, so it has finished. Wants us to turn the ignition. It says turn the ignition off, wait 10 seconds, turn ignition on and click on, okay? Now we gotta wait.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
4 Mississippi.
And click OK.
Wow, 50%.
Nice. Oh. Alright. Ready to unlock all the ponies. Wow, there's so much stuff here. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, but just go to system over there, see the fan on the far right. And right now, there should be a... Well, see, the Hellcat fans are like a multi-speed. They have like their pulse width modulated. Over here, there's like, it lets you select the fan type and whatever. And you know, we do not have, they're not, it's not a variable speed, you know, it's not a PWM, so. But let me look at this with him for a second, and I'll bring this back out. So what we've done now is we've changed the fans to come on at a closer temperature, and now we're going to try and attempt to write to the vehicle. We put type I accept. So what we did is we were able to actually write to the ECU. We did make some changes to the fans for the fans to come on sooner. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull up the VCM scanner so we can view live data. We're going to crank the car up, and then we're going to look and see what temperature the fans turn on, because from the factory on this Mopar PCM, they come on like around like 210, 208, 212, somewhere along there. And so we changed it to a lot lower, and we're going to see if that works. So we're going to go ahead and crank this thing up. Okay, so we had changed the fan setting. Oh gosh, you guys can't even see me. We had changed the fan setting, and I changed it from PWM for pulse width modulated, and I changed it to a single relay type, and I think that was wrong. So I'm going to switch it back to the PWM, and then we're going to rewrite that and see if that fixes it, because the car from us running it a few minutes ago was already up to a good enough temperature for as low as I set it for the fans to come on. Okay, so it's done again. You're going to go ahead and crank it up. Just crank it up because it should be enough temperature now, and I'm going to check and see if the fans are working. So the fans are working now, so we just have to change it back to the PWM. So what that means as of now is that after going and getting this newer Hptuners, me and Mike are able to write to the PCM, which means that this car can be dyno tuned, and we can make some power. And this motor is still stock right now, other than the exhaust, like the headers and the leg maker intake that we have on it. And I mean, it's still stock, but there's a good bit of power that you can pull out of these motors just from, the stock engine. And, we'll be able to monitor some stuff because, like, I felt like sometimes, like, maybe the supercharger bypass valve acts a little funny, and it makes more sense to me now because I've been really curious of the throttle pedal this whole time. And then once again, even after we did the throttle relearn just a moment ago, because I've seen it on the AEM cluster, from a while back, it's not proper. And so if you're not able to read 100%, that tells me that the bypass valve will never be completely closed. And you have to have the bypass valve to be completely closed and for you to get all the boost. And so a factory Hellcat with the pulleys that are on it are capable of putting 11.6 pounds of boost. And so that tells me that, we haven't been getting, the full power of even what a stock Hellcat would be. Now, the other day on the dyno, this car put down around 500 something foot-pounds of torque, 450 something horsepower in 6th gear at 3,600 RPM or 4,000 RPM or whatever it was. And it was also spinning at the same time. And so the car makes some power. And once we actually got it on the road, I mean, you guys seen the video, I mean, it really was moving. But anyways, this is what we need to do. We've accomplished what we wanted to do. We have a system that works. And so next step will be, me and Mike are gonna get to work on the CV axle boot that got ripped. And then after that, next up we'll be going down to see Jack and Chris at HP Logic, see what those guys are up to. We had a good time down there before, so see what kind of numbers we can make on a stock, pretty much stock with some basic power upgrades such as intake, leg maker intakes, headers, thanks to Matt Sixberries. See what it does, and then after that we can throw some pulleys on this thing and some injectors and maybe get it on some corn and see what it can really do. Maybe we can get 1,000 horsepower out of this thing with a little bit of mods. So the what's an easy way to replace it?
That was easier. I wanted to pull the axle out because I'm like, dude, no way we're going to be able to do that. But KARR's always right sometimes.
Sometimes. Will you give me that grease from up there?
Yeah.
Get you a nice little caterpillar handful, you know? Need more.
You know those videos where they do the sound?
ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR. This is straight up ASMR.
Is it now?
So you're just pushing the grease like into the
Yeah.
the universal. What kind of style is that?
This is like a front. It's like a front wheel drive style. Like
Isn't there like a?
It's like a 3 bearing. It's not that chain ball stuff.
Okay.
That's Nissan-y and.
It's like an old 240 axle versus a 350Z.
Yeah. Bits pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, that's gonna fit good.
Custom.
Yeah. Now the problem we have is the clamps. Alright, so I've got these clamped up and on here. I didn't actually have a clamp tool for it, so I had to use a pair of needle nose, twist it with the needle nose to get it tight, to pull it tight, and then get it smashed down. But you know, it's you can kind of see it here if it would focus on. If I can get across the top so you can see, but it'll hold. So at least that's repaired now until next time. Well, we just got to close the shop up. I forgot to record an outro before I closed all the doors up and stuff. At this point, I am ready to take the car down to HP Logic and get it tuned. And so hopefully we're going to get to do that soon. Maybe get to go tomorrow. I don't know yet, but we're going to see. I want to get a baseline tune on this so I know, so you guys know. We see what this car is actually going to put down with a modified stock tune with the headers that are on the car as well as the intakes on the car. Just some basic upgrades that are on it. You know, we'll see what it does, you know, with some weight in the back, sandbags or something, or some people sitting in the back. Once we get that baseline, then we know what kind of real numbers the cars put down. Then we can start working on some other things, like, you know, modifying the car for more power or fixing some things that, you know, I'm not exactly happy with, or, you know, we still want to paint the car as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I know there's been, like, you know, quite a few days between the last time we put up a video. YouTube was acting a little weird, I think, so I decided to take care of some stuff that I need to take care of. I wish I could upload every day. It's just not possible. We're gonna get back on it and start making some more progress on the car and get some videos up for you guys. Also, go check out my Instagram. It's KARR2040, KARR2040. What I do is I put up stuff there while I'm working during the day or when I'm doing some stuff on the car. So if you can get like kind of like a sneak peek there, or kind of see what's going on before I actually get the video up. And yeah, I do want to, you know, try and get that Instagram going like a little bit bigger than what it is. And yeah, I think it's at around like 6,000 or something now. I'd like to get it to 10 so I can get the swipe up. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know, if you haven't you know, subscribed to the channel already, click the subscribe button. We have other projects coming. We just haven't started them yet. It'll be pretty entertaining to watch, I assure you. But until next time, see you guys. Thanks.